pollo, de carne. Ok.
Versailles is the Cuban embassy. You know, this is where the majority of Cuban Americans who live in Miami migrate to for either dinners or just gatherings during the week.
Regular o evaporada, dices tú.
Qué famosa, están en el calor 23 esta noche, mira, los tres vamos a estar en el agua.
You want to eat dinner?
Papo, you want mariquitas? I'm here with my dinner partners, you know, my wife, Kenya, my son, Brady, and my daughter, Madison. It's our spot. You know, my mother's Cuban and my father's American. You know, in my house, we grew up 100% Cuban. My dad was very supportive of my mother's heritage. That's a good part, though. Huh? My sister and I, Julie, we learned Spanish before we learned English. That's called bistec empanizado. You know, then we got to school and we spoke Spanglish.
That's it.
You know, it's very common to come to a place like this and speak both languages, intertwined, mingled in. Papa, you love arroz? Huh? You love it? Growing up in my house, you know, having the type of father that I had that was very supportive of my mother's culture, and my mother who was equally as supportive of the American culture. It's a good teammate house, you know. It's a house that you learn early how to adapt and go from visiting the American side of the family to going and visit the Cuban side of the family, from talking just in Spanish when you're speaking with your mom, to talking in English even though my father knows Spanish. You've been a good teammate. I think growing up I didn't realize the richness behind the culture of the house that I had. What it did was it allowed me as a grown-up and as a professional to walk in working environments and understand the dynamics of the different types of people that are in those working environments and know how to, you know, adapt and work together. Coming home and taking a job like the offensive coordinator job at the University of Miami, it's an opportunity that I can't explain. Friday in Sun Life Stadium is going to be phenomenal.
Buenas noches a todos y bienvenidos a las transmisiones de los Huracanes de la Universidad de Miami.
Tonight, the University of Miami playing host to the Owls of FAU. Expectations are high for the Hurricanes.
Que aparentemente estás teniendo una tremenda pretemporada. Definitivamente este equipo va a algún lugar. My name is Pepe Campos. Everybody knows me as Chambi. I'm the color guy for Spanish radio. Excited to be here at the University of Miami. Been on for about the last 14 years. And tonight's a great night. I'm looking at the guys that could be stars that I don't know their names. Like, for example, Jamal Carter, Stacey Coley. I highlight some of them, but there's one that I know very, very well, and that's James Coley. So that's a name that I don't have to highlight. But here we got Larry Scott. I've known James Coley since he was a football player at Miami High. Miami High is the oldest high school in Miami. I graduated from Miami High. Coley was a great player, very fired up, definitely a leader. Everybody knew he was going to be a coach because they used to call him El Cochecito, the little coach. I'm really fired up to start the season because I know he's fired up.
All good stuff. You're ready.
Being a Miami High grad, you know, Chambi's always saying he's fired up for me, so I'm excited about that as well. That I can see behind the people's eyes and how they feel about this opportunity for me. Walking on the field, you know, the game day finally came here. I walked out there, I was thinking to myself, you know, 3 weeks ago I was thinking about this day. You know, a month ago I was thinking about this day. And it was finally there, and you know, I was excited. I was just trying to take it all in because, you know, season goes by fast and you got to appreciate these things.
Heading into the game, we knew that FAU is a tough physical team. They have a lot of South Florida products, so we knew it was going to be a high emotion game for a lot of people on that team as well as for us. Those first couple of drives, I thought that we had a lot of jitters and a lot of things that we needed to clean up.
Primero down, Morris.
We started off with a great first play, checking it down to Duke and him having an explosive play.
La 35, la 40.
But then, you know, we kind of derailed and slowed down a little bit.
Hacia atrás para pasar, lanza el pase por la derecha, muy largo ahí. Estaba bien marcado Hearns, sí.
It took a while for us to get on the board because on third down we had some drops.
Estaba desmarcado Coley ahí en la 25.
You know, we had some big runs.
Duque Johnson a la 20, la 25, la 30, la 35, la 40.
But we didn't finish it off on third down. I went to Coach Coley when I got off the field to let him know some things that I seen that was open. There's some things that they may see that I might not see, and I might see that they might not. So I want to just communicate it with him.
Finally, in the second quarter, offensively, we started clicking a little more. I felt that we were a little more calmed down and we were more in tune with each other. We understood what we need to do on every play and every drive and just playing, you know, Miami football.
Pasa la 45, pasa la 40, la 30, la 20, la 15, la 5. Touchdown Miami.
Hearns and Steven, you know, watching them play with the passion they play with. There was one situation in the game where we threw a screen to Hearns on the sideline. The guy had him around the ankle, and I just knew he wasn't going to get him down. You know, I knew it. I knew that he was going to squirt out of it and get extra yards, and he did. He ended up finishing the series off. We ran a reverse, and he had the key blocks for Herb.
It was a long play, actually. I was waiting on the backside. You know, I seen him break loose, so I kept finishing through the play. And once I seen him cut back, I had a key block. And it just felt like I scored.
Hey, you got 2 cuts on that play, huh? Yeah. That boy, that boy.
That's just the way he is. You know, he's that competitor where, you know, you're not going to tackle him with one hand. And if he's 40 yards down the field and he has to make a block that's going to force him to go full speed and, you know, sell everything out to make it happen, he's going to do it.
I saw more unselfish plays in that game than I've seen the previous 2 years. And I think that's a testament to Coach Coley and the offensive staff and obviously the team buying into how we want to play and being great teammates.
On the reverse with Herb, I handed the ball off to Duke. Duke pitched it back. I'm running downfield trying to look for the safety and disturb him from getting to Herb. And then Shane came around and cut him again. And then Hearns came on the other side with a great crackback, and then Herb scored.
Whenever you have a quarterback who's willing to go cut and block for his teammate, you got a great teammate. And, you know, it goes back to, you know, those are guys that I identify with just because of where they're from. Those moments you just don't appreciate as a coach, but you appreciate it more on an individual base as a person. You look at them and it's almost like you got this pride for them.
I'm proud of Coach Coley because I think we had over 500 yards of offense. As the first game, it's hard because you don't know what the defense is going to give you. You know, he stayed precise, he stayed calm, you know, and he always came to us. The good thing I like about it is that he communicated with us.
They're off, right?
What stands out to me about Coach Coley is just his ability to understand his players around him and communicate with everyone on the field.
Right away? Yeah.
He exchanges emotions with the players, which is great to see from your offensive coordinator. He's passionate about the game, so he's always energetic and, you know, he's always thinking one step ahead of the defense. So it's great to always have him.
You know, the more that you get to know him, the more you find that he's not just, you know, a leader and a good offensive coordinator, but he's a great team player. You know, he's really about the team and brings great fabric to your organization, which is awesome.
First game ball is for Coach Coley.
When Coach Golden called my name for the game ball, first of all, I was thankful. You know, very thankful that he thought of me, because I thought a lot of people put a lot of effort into that game. I felt a great sense of pride. Not just the game ball, but the looks on the guys. It meant a lot because we put a lot of time in to get things right.
I gave James the game ball because it wasn't easy, you know, and first games aren't always easy. You know, they're tough. Not only did he have 500 total yards of offense, but we had 300 yards rushing, which was a testament to not only James, but the coaching staff and the offense for their unselfish play.
We held our team, our kids, to a standard of play by your rules, play by your keys, and we're going to have success. And I think as a person, you know, as a coach, you got to do the same thing also. You know, so afterwards, it was a sense of accomplishment to live by these standards. There's a phrase my aunt used to say, it always meant something to me. In English, it's, you're always going forward, never backwards, even to get your balance. You don't go backwards. So in Spanish is, para adelante, ni para atrás, para coger el impulso. When you're working hard in a team environment and you want to build something great, you know, you got to do it going forward. I think yesterday's game is a perfect example of everything not going right, but because you're doing things the right way, I believe we all took that step forward.